All right, we are live. The Fair Faith is here. Hello. Good to see you. Even when I can't see you, I can in my head. I see that you're there. Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. If you're so inclined, sip them if you got them and join me, my friend. Thanks for being here. You are the first one through the door, so I always say you get the best virtual seat in the house. And cheers to you. All right, let me know when you're ready, and let's toast. I'll count down from 3, and then we'll clink virtual glasses. How's that? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Clink. Cheers. This is America. We are resilient, if nothing. And that's why I started going live during the shutdown, because my 10-year residency live every Friday night as the Troubadour at the coffee shop came to an end. And my friend said, hey, why don't you do Facebook Live? Because I tried it once, like on a Wednesday or Thursday, just for fun. So even during the shutdown and ever since, you find a way to get music. And you all find a way to join me. And Haley's here. Haley, cheers to you. Do you have a glass? Do you want to do a virtual toast? Faith and I just did when we will join you. If you have something to toast, type yes, and I'll count down from 3. And then we will all clink glasses virtually. And if not, that's okay. Thanks for being here. Hey, it's girls' night so far. Kumbacha, that's okay. Taste, yeah, I've been experimenting with that. So ready, 3. Mike's here. Mike, if you got something, I'm going to count down from 3. Let's do a virtual toast. Faith and I just did this. So, all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Clink. Toast. Mike's got chai. Awesome. Mike's in Michigan with chai. Haley's in Seattle with kombucha. Faith and I are here in the valley with wine. Awesome. Hey, Mike. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, what was I going to tell you? Do you remember Elaine Schneider? She worked with us at, I know you'll remember her, she's a character. She and I worked together for years at Palo Verde, and then she joined us up at where I first met you. at Robinson, South Carolina. So Elaine sent me an email 2 days ago. You might have already known Tom Waddell passed away on our October 3rd. So she was corresponding with Tom's wife. So I wanted to pass that along because I don't think I knew on Sunday. Yeah, she emailed me on Monday. So I wanted to let you know. You'll remember him. I replied to Elaine and I said, the funny thing I remember about Tom is he always said, "I'll believe anything you tell me." That was his catch line. And Elaine said, "Gosh, I remember him saying that all the time." So did I. So that's the first thing. So the next thing is that on the 26th, so my favorite movie of all time is called Somewhere in Time. It was released just like on the year I went in the Air Force. I saw it during its theatrical run because I'm old. So 1980 starred Christopher Reeve, who was in between Superman 1 and 2, and he wanted to find something very different. And Jane Seymour, it's a time travel movie. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. Anyway, it was filmed at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. And every year for over 30 years, they've had a Somewhere in Time weekend. And I almost went about 12 years ago, right before I got creamed in Hartsville. It used to run Thursday through Sunday. Now it's Friday through Sunday. So it's a 3-day extravaganza. People show up from the cast. They do a Q&A. They screen the movie every night. People dress up in period pieces. I've always wanted to go. It's been like my #1 bucket list item. Well, the short story is the friends of mine that bought my house are from Michigan. And they bought it over 2 years ago when they had to sell it to move back to Michigan. And they messaged me last week and said, "Please come up here for the Somewhere in Time weekend." They've been talking about this since before they moved back to Michigan. They bought a nice piece of property with a beautiful house and a casita. And they said, "We will fly you up here and put you up. Please come up. Come to the Grand Hotel." So the short story is last week I got my airfare and they bought all of that. And I'm flying out on the 26th. And I'm going to stay with them. And the Somewhere in Time weekend package is just grossly expensive. But we're going to go to the Grand Hotel. I'm going to have lunch in the huge dining room and get to take pictures of all the historical stuff, including there's a plaque by a tree outside the hotel where the two characters first meet. Jane Seymour's character and Christopher Reeve's, after he travels back in time to meet her in 1912. So I've always wanted to go to the Grand Hotel, so I'm going to get that wish. My friends are paying for everything. They've invited me up. So we're going. So I'm going on the 26th. It's Thursday, I think, flying out on a Thursday through Sunday. So finally getting up to Michigan Way. I think first time I've been, I don't think even went through Michigan on my 9,300 mile motorcycle trip. So their daughter Ava messaged me the other day, and she worked on the island during the summer. And she said, "So just wanted to update you, the weather's cold up here, so bring some warm weather clothing." So I've got to go out. I haven't had a pair of jeans in years. I haven't needed them here. I haven't even worn my big brown leather jacket for at least 3 years because it hasn't been cold enough in the winter. So I'm getting prepared for that trip. So my wonderful friends, the Dores, are flying me up. They're putting me up. We're all going to go to the hotel. I will be sending pictures, and probably that Friday night I'll be going live from Michigan, so I'll have to adjust the time. Or I might be going earlier on their time. I don't know. Anyway, Mike's in Michigan. I'm going to be up your way a couple of weeks, at least in the state. So looking forward to that. Faye says, "Yeah, I know I'm really bad about taking vacations, work-life balance and all that stuff, so I've carved out some time. I had to move 2 clients around who were really cool about it, so that's coming up. Nita's here, hello. David's going to bed. Oh yeah, outage, right, 2 a.m. You know how the outage goes. I do. And Mike will remember them too. Spending years in nuclear power. So, yeah. Thanks to my tribe. Thanks for being here. For Wind Down Wednesday. Haley's here. Let me start with a little... Oh, Haley, I was going to say Steve Poltz and Jules. Steve Poltz is coming here next month to the Rhythm Room. First place I ever got to sing on stage with him. So, and then he's holding a songwriter workshop somewhere out by Saguaro Lake, which I'm not going to go to. So, but we should be going to that show. So I wanted to let you know that. So, you and I did this at the coffee shop some years ago. So I can still hear you singing in my head. So I thought I would open this with this one, and we can do it together, sort of. Hear the clock, 6 a.m. You feel so far from where I've been. Got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. Break the oats and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off the mirror, don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. Called my mom and she was out for a walk. Sold a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. Our hearts being broken, more people being used. But on my coat the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy. I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you'll see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. Yeah, go about my business and doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story now, much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Brush my teeth and put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave a lot on. I pick a book up, turn the sheets down, yeah. I take a good long look around, put on my PJs and hop in bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try and tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think any more tonight, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Haley, I could hear you singing in my head. from that time we performed that together over a decade ago. So it's nice to be able to do it virtually anyway. And welcome to Wine Down Wednesday. The Batgirl's here. Welcome. Hey, I saw that picture you put up after I got home from my client. I was catching up on my my paperwork for today, and I saw you put up a picture of the Monkeys Mobile. That was really cool. I like that car. I think I told you years ago when I was a kid watching that show. I love the opening. Like the first season opening was different. The second season on, they had the opening, and remember they were on the beach and their surfboards went down like this, and there was a certain part in that song where they went, with everyone we meet, hey, hey, we're the Monkeys, and they were actually clips from different shows, I ended up figuring out. And remember they had those suits on and they all went flying? They put their fists up and they like flew off of a roof. So I had a recurring dream when I was a kid that I had like a towel wrapped like a bat cape around me. And in my front yard, I could start running and I would fly up and like, I wasn't watching myself, I was doing it. And I would fly and circle around the front yard and all of that in my neighborhood. It was so cool. And then I would come down and land on my feet, and then I would wake up. And I just got so sad because I'm still sensitive, but really sensitive as a boy. And I would be in tears because that dream, just like dreams now for me, I don't know when I'm dreaming. Like they're not, they're very real. So I don't have lucid dreams like some people. They're dreaming, but they know they're dreaming. I don't. When I'm dreaming, I think it's real. And I would wake up and suddenly realize none of that was true, and I couldn't really fly, and I would just get really sad. But then I would see the monkeys like take off on that roof with their fists like this and flying, and I think that's what started the dream. That I would have a dream that night about being able to fly around my front yard, and then I would wake up and realize I couldn't. But I love that opening where they did that with the flying thing. I don't know why, it's because I had that dream when I was a kid. But we both love that show. Oh, and I mentioned right as I opened, my friend Mike tuned in from Michigan, and so really quickly I shared the story. So you know very well my favorite movie is Somewhere in Time, and for over 30 years they've held the Somewhere in Time weekend. Remember we talked about, used to be Thursday through Sunday, now it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they have cast members that are still alive. Jane Seymour came 2 years ago, I think. They do it once a year in October, 2 weeks before the Grand Hotel shuts down for the summer. And you and I were going to go, and then I got creamed in that car accident. So it's been like my #1 bucket list item. So my friends who bought my house are from Michigan. They ended up having to sell it and move back home. And they told me before I left, you have to come up and stay with us. We'll fly you up, we'll pay for everything. Come up and let's go have lunch at the Grand Hotel. So a couple of weeks ago, I would never have followed up on that on my own. I got a text message from the husband, Chris. He said, hey, it's October. The Somewhere in Time weekend's coming up and the hotel's going to close. You have to come up here, please. We're paying for everything. Just come. So the short story is I said yes. So my #1 bucket list item is finally that and running with the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. That's a July event. So my knee can't take a lot of running, but I want to do it. So I'm going up on the 26th, and I'll be going live probably on a Friday night. I fly in on Thursday, so I'll have to figure out the time difference. So I'm going to be putting up lots of pictures from the Grand Hotel. I'm not going to attend the Somewhere in Time weekend because it's crazy expensive. They screen the movie every night. It's awesome, though. But you can walk around the grounds, and they've got plaques like where Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour's characters first meet at that tree. There's a plaque there, and there's plaques over like the room where Jane Seymour's characters stayed and they filmed. So I'm finally going to get to go. And my friends are footing the bill. They bought a house with acreage and they have a casita. They sent me a picture after I booked my flight and said, here's the room for your view from your bedroom with all this beautiful grass and these trees like a forest. So I'm finally getting to go, and I'm going to send pictures. I'll be posting those. So that's coming up the end of the month. So I know you'll remember talking about wanting to go up there. So we're gonna I'm finally going to do it. Amy had a recurring dream about being pushed around outside on a bed like they had that big what's it called, that 4-post bed right through that intersection in the crosswalk. I know. I don't know how they did that. So you had a dream about that. That's crazy how the monkeys influence even our dreams. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. I'm so looking forward to getting up there. And we're going to have lunch in the big ballroom, the big room where they film the dinner scenes. So I already checked, you don't need reservations. And so we're going to have lunch there. So I at least get to spend some time at the hotel. So I'll be up kind of close to you in Ohio, 26th through the 29th, I think. I don't remember where Mike is, but he's in Michigan, so we'll be close up there. All right. Okay. So my muse is saying play this one, which is completely out of, I don't know. I used to play this later. If I ever do, I don't remember even that I know it. This is a Jerry Reed song from Smokey and the Bandit. I don't know why she said play this, but I'm going to do it. They call you the bandit, an outlaw and chained, shackled only by freedom. You wear no man's chains. Some say they despise you. Maybe they do. Deep down inside them, I bet they wish they were you. Bandit, you're reckless. You live much too hard. Bandit, you're the joker, the deal of the cards. You're a legend to the old man, a hero to the child. Bandit steal his heart with only a smile. Bandit, you're reckless, and you live much too hard. Bandit, you're the joker in the deal of the cards. You're a legend to the old man, and a hero to the child. Bandits steal a lady's heart, but only a smile. They call you the bandit. 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 All right. There's a little of the late great Jerry Reed, and also the late great Burt Reynolds from that iconic film, iconic Trans Am too, which was awesome. All the rage back in '76, '7. That was the dream car for a lot of people, a lot of guys and gals. Mike says, I'm near Notre Dame, Fighting Irish. Awesome. Thank you, Amy. So I was playing that one. This one came to mind. So I don't do this very often. I think it's an A. I think so. That's my default. So I think the last time I played these two, I played them together like a month or so, maybe longer. I don't play them very often. This is a Waylon Jennings song. I've held it all in. God knows I've tried, but it's an awful awakening in country boys' life. Look in the mirror in total surprise. The hair on my shoulder, the age in my eyes. Amanda, light of my life. Fate should have made you gentleman's wife. Amanda, light of my life. Fate should have made you gentleman's wife. It's a measure of people who don't understand the pleasures of life in a hillbilly band. I got my first guitar when I was 14. I'm over 60, still wear jeans. Amanda, light of my life. Fate should have made you gentleman's wife. Amanda, light of my life. Fate should have made you gentleman's wife. Oh, I don't do that very often. I have to think my way through that at some parts. I like that. I need to get out and see Waylon. I haven't been out there in a long time. Last time I had my motorcycle was a few years ago. He's buried right here in Mesa, Arizona. The late great Waylon Jennings. And it's a beautiful place. They have a beautiful headstone for him with his picture and stuff in it. And there's all these trees lining the way. And when the wind blows, it just makes this beautiful music. And there's all of these birds. And I used to go in the afternoon on my motorcycle, my jeans and boots, and just kind of sit out there by his grave and meditate. And just remember the late great Waylon Jennings. Buried right here in Mesa, Arizona. Let's do a double shot. I rarely play this one. I've only done it a couple of times, and I used to do it in A or E. And then I think I learned it. I played along with it a couple months ago, and I realized I'm in the wrong key. I think. So my default is to go to G, so I think that's the right key. That's what Waylon recorded this in. So let's see if I get it right. The only two things in life that make it worth living is guitars that tune good and firm feeling with. I don't need my name in the marquee lights. Got my song and I got you with me tonight. Maybe it's time we get back to basics of love. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, Waylon and Waylon and the boys. This successful life we're living's got us skewed like that fields and coals. Between Hank Williams paint songs and Newberry's train songs and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. So baby, let's sell your diamond rings, buy some boots and faded jeans and go away. This coat and tie's choking me, and in your high society you cry all day. We've been so busy keeping up with the Jones, four-car garage, and we're still building on. Maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go looking back Texas, Waylon and William and the boys. This successful life we're living, guys, feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams pain songs, Newberry's train songs, and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out here looking back Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. Let's go looking back Texas, William Waylon and the boys. This successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs and Jerry Jeff's train songs and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in looking back Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. Oh man, I haven't done that in a while. Oh, there's a double shot of some Waylon Jennings. That one was actually Waylon and Willie both together. But I love the theme of that. Slowing down, dumping all that stuff, moving somewhere to a small town life, downshifting. Amy says, well, I haven't heard that. You do that? Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. Mark's here, Mark Konecki. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Mark's a local too, musician. Thanks for popping by. My muse is just kind of taking over my set list from the beginning, so we're in some laid-back country kind of stuff, and so she said, do some of that Townes Van Zandt stuff. So I said, okay. Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron and your breath's as hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only son, but a favored one, it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye and sank into your dreams. Pancho was a bandit boy. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, on the borders down in Mexico, where he got the bread to go. Ain't nobody knows. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him hang around out of kindness, I suppose. Now Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust of Pancho bit down south, and it up and left his mouth. The They laid Paul and Pancho low, lefty left for a while. Where he got the bread to go, ain't nobody knows. And all the Federalists say that he could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Again, it'll never heal. Now the poets write how Pancho fell. Lefty lives in cheap hotels. The border's quiet, Cleveland's cold. There the story ends were told. Pancho needs your prayers, it's true, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. Now he's growing old, and all the Federalists say that he could have had him any day. Only let him go so wrong out of kindness, I suppose. A few great Federalists say that he could have had him any day. They only let him go so wrong out of kindness, I suppose. Oh, the late, and I emphasize great, Townes Van Zandt. What a singer-songwriter. Mark says, Punch on Lefty. I did this with a band. Cool. Played the why don't I just put on my cheaters when I do? I don't know. Played the Hogs and Heap by Black Canyon City, the Destiny Egos. Oh, by Rock Springs. I know where that is. When I had my bike, my friends would take me on the Birthday Boy biker ride. We would meet in the far West Valley, and then we'd go up to Rock Springs, screaming up there in a line in the fast lane. Huh. Well, it's the HOV lane, but out here it's known as the go as fast as you can lane. So we'd be doing like 80, 85 miles an hour, man. It was so cool. We'd go to Rock Springs Cafe for my birthday, around my birthday on the ride, and then spend the day out just hitting coffee shops and hanging out, and come back in the mid to late afternoon. That's cool. You got to play that with a band. So since I know 2 Townes Van Zandt songs, let's do a double shot of Townes Van Zandt. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain. In the night for all the morning, and the moon shines with the lights of love. You will miss sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. with me now since I showed her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Loop and liberty, she's a sight to see and a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me and ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain. Oh, I love that little song. As I say, a great song will always be a great song, and that one is. All right, that's a double shot of the late, great Townes Van Zandt. My Wind Down Wednesday tribe. We're just over midway through. Thanks for joining. Thanks for checking in from all over, wherever you may be. The screen is backwards, so I try to do a triangulation as you're seeing it. So I haven't had geography since high school, so bear with me. So Michigan, where Mike is. Amy's in Ohio. And then down here to Arizona. So we're almost in a straight line tonight. Oh, no. Hang on. She hasn't checked in since. Haley started in Seattle. So Haley, I always like a triangle. Haley to Mike in Michigan. To Amy in Ohio. And Arizona. And back up. There's our triangle. I like that triangulation. I was a C- math student, but for some reason I like the triangle. Probably because the Great Pyramids are a triangle and they have some kind of mysterious meaning. So, thanks for checking in. Haley in Seattle, Mike, Amy, and all of you locals here. Faith and Mark and Z went to bed, but Nita's here. He's working an outage, nuclear power outage. So, oh, thanks, Mark. Excuse me. Thank you, Amy. Oh, all right. So, see, I'm seeing the screen in real time, but it's backwards to me, so I have to go. Okay, Seattle, probably to Michigan, right under is Ohio. That's close enough. And then down to Arizona and back up to Seattle. Good enough. So it's a four-sided triangle, which doesn't exist, but for those of us that are artists and creatives, we just make it our own. All right, not because I'm lazy, as I always say, but I'm already capoed here in the third fret for that Townes Van Zandt song. So let's just do one that Amy recommended for me a couple years ago, which happens to be on the third fret. This old man and me, we're in a bar and we're having us some beers and swapping idle cares, talking politics, blonde and red-haired chicks, old dogs and new tricks, habits we kick. We talk about God's grace and all the hell we race. Then I heard the old man say, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Said I fought 2 wars, been married and divorced. What brings you to Ohio? Said damned if I know. We talked an hour or 2 about every girl we knew, what all we put them through, like 2 old boys will do. Pondered life and death, he lit a cigarette, These damn things will kill you, yeah. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Last call's 2 a.m. I said goodbye to him. I never talked to him again. And then one sunny day, I saw the old man's face, front page obituary. He was a millionaire, left his fortune to some guy he barely knew. His kids were mad as hell, but me, I'm doing well. So I stopped by today to just say thanks and pray. I put a 6-pack right there on his grave. And I said, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. Oh, I like that little song. You have to take your friends' recommendations seriously. So when they say, hey, I think you sound good on this, sometimes I forget to go learn them. That one I remember, and I've loved it ever since. I'd never even heard that song. So thanks again for that recommendation, Amy. Yeah, it can still be a triangle. That's right. We're just putting a little bend on one of the sides. If we bent it back, it'd still be... Yeah, I guess you're right. If we go far enough into Michigan, we could probably come right... Yeah, because I don't know where Mike is. It's the entire state, right? So yeah, if I went from Seattle all the way to the edge of Michigan, let's say, and then cut... Everything I'm doing is completely backwards on the screen, so I can't do that. And then cut down through Ohio, like that. Yeah, that's right. So we go outside the lines. That's what artists do. Go to the very edge of the state and slice it down. We're making a triangle. Sorry, my OCD kicks in, and I have to. I'm not a quitter, so I have to figure that out until it's just right. So we're a triangle. Mike agrees. Love your version, thank you. Yeah, Michigan is big. I know they've got all those lakes up there and stuff, so it would have to be a big state. So I dropped down the fret because my muse is just kind of directing my set, and I did that song, and I don't do this very often, but know there's a light shines on the front porch. Don't forget the keys under the mat. Summer stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa or a chance that you can. You won't be wasting time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say, please say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When those dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in's realized, let yourself feel the pride and always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip. Here's why. Bitterness will keep you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. Love you ain't no pickup line. And always stay humble and kind. All the doors say, please say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in's realized, let yourself in the pride and always stay humble and kind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When it's hot out, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC, roll the windows down. Let your summer sun shine and always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted love this life gives you. When you get way going, don't forget to turn them back around. Help the next one in line and always stay humble and kind. Woo! Little emotional on that one. I love that little song. Oh. Oh, my music's pitching me like songs after songs. Okay. Amy says, Ohio's and Drake went under. It's off to the right. We'd make it work. If I had to go outside of Ohio to get that line coming down, slicing through, it would happen. Geography. Indiana wants me. Oh my God. Below Michigan. Okay, I don't remember. That was a one-hit wonder. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. You remember that? I remember that song. You know what I watched a week or two ago? So do you remember, let me get the name of the band. Hang on. You'll know. If you remember Indiana Wants Me, oh my gosh. That, Billy Don't Be a Hero, remember those were one-hit wonders? I know you remember. The band is called Redbone. They were Native Americans. Go ahead and type in their hit song. I know you don't even need to Google it. You will know it. You have to know it. Redbone. Type in the name, Mark. I know you know it. That's still a great song. They have a version, a live version they did on, well, it's debatable if it was live because it was done on Midnight Special. Remember Burt Sugarman's Midnight Special? A lot of those were not filmed in front of an audience. It was a great show, though. And there's a live version of them doing that. They were dressed in Native American, they looked great. They had a great look. So the band was named Redbone. Come and Get Your Love. Amy beat it. Amy knew it. That's right. Oops, Mark, sorry. No, that's okay. I know Mark would know. If Mark's typing in Indiana Wants Me, just for geography, but that's the name of a one-hit wonder. No, I don't know all the bands that did stuff, but I know the songs. Indiana Wants Me, Billy Don't Be a Hero. Remember all those? Redbone. Yeah, on YouTube. It's a great version. Come and Get Your Love. I love that song. That was awesome. Grew up on all that stuff. Listen, raised on the radio, man. Wasn't that a song from the Fast Times at Ridgemont High soundtrack? In the 60s, 70s, band I danced with them, that song. What? Oh, the band that you danced to, oh Come and Get Your Love. That's a great song. Still a great, always, a great song will always be. Switching genres because I'm on the second fret. And my friend Steve Holtz is coming to town next month, so he had this on the soundtrack to that movie Jack Frost with Michael, what's his name? Played Batman. So he's a dad and he dies, I forgot how, like a car accident or something. He comes back a year later. Michael Keaton as a snowman. So my friend Steve had this song on that soundtrack. You can say you're coming back, and you can say you're leaving. Wish you would let me know, so I could stop my grieving. And if the road come back to haunt me, am I gone and I do not know? The sky come back to taunt me, am I gone and I'm feeling low? Gone and I'm feeling low. Don't talk of things that you don't understand. No, don't discuss what you don't know. Never did you any good, no. Don't leave your things when you got baggage hanging around. It only makes it hard to walk this town. You can say you're coming back, and you can say you're leaving. Wish you would let me know, so I could stop my grieving. And when the clouds roll back, I think of you. The springtime makes me grin, and every time I turn around, you leave again. You leave again. You leave again. Oh, there's a little Steve Holtz. It's a pretty little song. Yep. We get memories attached and associated with some songs sometimes. Wow, I can't believe how quickly these hours pass. Well, it's not like I'm going to turn into a pumpkin at the top of the hour. That'd be funny. That'd be scary. Amy says, yes, she danced. Michael Keaton, yeah. Poignant song. Indeed. It seems like every time I would come see you, I was just turning around to leave again. I know. Couldn't get enough. Once in Love with Amy. I remember that song. That ended up being very poignant. Yep. Oh. I had the best of time with you. Oh, my muse told me about this one earlier, but then pushed a couple up to the front of the line. I think because I was playing some country. Elvis had a #1 hit, country hit actually with this one. I haven't done this in a while. I'm trying to remember all the words, I think. I'll just go with it. You could see now one who said you'd rather roam, the one who said you'd rather be alone. You could only now. If I could hold you now, just for a moment, and I could really make you mine. Just for a while, turn back the hands of time. I could only hold you now. 'Cause I've been too long in the wind, too long in the rain, taking any comfort that I can. Looking back and longing for the freedom of my chains, lying in your loving arms again. You can hear me now, singing somewhere in the lonely night, dreaming of the arms that held me tight. If you could only hear me now. 'Cause I've been too long in the wind and too long in the rain, seeking any comfort that I can. Looking back and longing for the freedom of my chains, lying in your loving arms again. I can almost feel your loving arms again. Oh, I haven't done that one in a while. Oh, I love that little song. There's a reason why I set my tune down guitar. I didn't plan on playing it. It's close enough in tuning. I'm going to end on this one. Thank you for tuning in my, trying to remember what day this is. My days just run in together. Wind Down Wednesday. My Wind Down Wednesday tribe. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking in local and all over the place. Good to see you. Oh, maybe he says, yep. So this is one of those songs I play on tuned down guitar because I can't quite reach the vocals of the artist to whom I'm covering. So I felt like after that last song, let's close out on a little of the Eagles. Don Henley vocals, a little too high for my range, so I tune it down a full step or 2 frets, and I rarely do this song, but let's go ahead and all right, close enough. Let's close it out on a little Eagles that I don't do very often. Every night I lie here in bed, holding you close in my dreams, thinking about all the things that we said and coming apart at the seams. We tried to talk it over, but the words come out too rough. No one was trying to give you the best of my love. Beautiful faces, loud into places, look wasting our time on cheap talking wine. Left us so little to give. That same old crowd was like a cold dark cloud we could never rise above. But here in my heart, I give you the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you get the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you get the best of my love. I'm going back in time and it's a sweet dream. It was a quiet night and I would be alright if I could go on dreaming. But here I lay here and worry what's gonna happen today. You see it go, I see it mine, but we both see it slipping away. You know we always had each other, baby. I guess it wasn't enough. But here in my heart, I give you the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you get the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you get the best of my love, the best of my love. You get the best of my love, best of my love. You get the best of my love, the best of my love. Yeah, yeah. You get the best of my love, the best of my love. You get the best of my love, best of my love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You get the best of my love, the best of my love. Woo. Man, as I say, a great song will always be a great song. Oh man, that was mostly a Muse induced set. She just pitched me songs. I started the first thing off because Haley checked in from Seattle, and we sang "You Were Meant for Me" by Stephen Jewell over 10 years ago. One time, I started that off. She inspired that, and the rest was simply Muse and memories and all that stuff. So, thanks for hanging in with me. Whoever's still left there, thank you. Amy's here. Thank you. I love singing that song. Yeah, that was a good song to end on. That was kind of a cool, mellow set tonight. I just followed the Muse and just kind of went wherever it left me. So, Muse induced. That just came to me. So, yep, it definitely was. All right, my tribe, scattered abroad and local. Thanks for being here. None but love to all of you, and as always, namaste. So, the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy, those immune systems bolstered up. Thank you for taking the time on this hump day, midweek, to stop by and giving me an audience and creating one beautiful memory after another of music. I'm so grateful. This modern technology allows us to be connected, and so awesome. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, your Thursday tomorrow. I will be back on Friday, as usual. 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Fiesta Friday. If you can, stop by, say hello, and nothing but love to all of you, and look forward to seeing you there.